So the Vatican just argued that the title Co-Redemptrix for Mary is inappropriate. Now, the document is not approved by the Pope in specific form, and it's not ex cathedra, which means it's not infallible but still carries some authority, but it's at a lower level. The document essentially says that the doctrine behind the title is okay, but that the title itself shouldn't be used because of a present danger. The document brushes over the popular devotion that uses this title and other titles like the Mediatrix of All Graces, and also brushes over the fact that many popes have used these titles, and it instead relies on these arguments. The document uses Cardinal Ratzinger as an authority because he criticized this title before he was pope. It points out that Pope Francis didn't like the title Co-Redemptrix and says it shouldn't be used because it requires repeated explanations. Okay, on that last point, what else are we going to get rid of? Are we going to stop saying transubstantiation because it confuses the Protestants? Are we no longer going to say that the Trinity is one God in three persons because the Muslims can't understand it? Of course, doctrine is going to require repeated explanations. And I find it a bit rich that all this talk about confusion is coming from the cardinal who notoriously issued some of the most confusing documents in church history under Pope Francis. As for the Cardinal Ratzinger quote, why the double standard? Why do we care so much about what he said here when he wasn't even pope yet, and yet when it comes to his reasoning about the glories of the traditional Latin Mass and how every priest should be able to say it while he was pope, we completely neglect it and say the traditional Latin Mass needs to be shut down. Look, this document isn't a deal breaker, and there are some valid concerns that Cardinal Fernandez gives here, but we can simply go to higher weighted and more trusted sources for information on this, including the Second Vatican Council, which calls Our Lady Mediatrix and refers to her as Co-Redemptrix in the Relatio. I would rather we look somewhere else rather than looking to this haphazard, self-contradictory document. I'll be honest, these decisions make it look like the hierarchy is trying to ruin one of the greatest things that Catholicism has, a teaching magisterium. If they're going to keep putting out these documents which contradict what we believed and practiced just yesterday, it makes everything a whole lot more confusing and really ruins the point of even having a teaching magisterium in the first place.